The health trends of 2025 will either transform your life or completely waste your time. Some of these bad boys are backed by science, but some are just complete scams. We're gonna break down the best versus the worst health trends you need to know to make 2025 your healthiest year yet. So howdy, I'm Jay, I'm a registered nurse, and I've spent years trying to figure out how to optimize health and performance. Let's see what works, what doesn't, what has skibbity toilet riz in Ohio and gets a boom, and what gets a doom. Let's start this with one that's probably unavoidable. You're gonna see it everywhere, and that's run clubs. Nightlife 2.0, baby. And I will say that some of these run clubs are just masquerading as a dating app.
We are not here to improve our health or improve our running. We are here to hook up.
There's a few great things that we can take away from this. What I want to focus on is just active communities in general. This is certainly one of the best trends there is. These clubs give people a chance to meet like-minded, cool people without having to drink a liter of vodka and get crunk with the homies until 3 a.m. and end up with anxiety and feeling like crap for the whole next week, bad sleep. We just don't need that. And it doesn't have to be running. It can be hiking or walking or pickleball.
The biggest behavioral changes you can make to feel happier is just to get a little bit more social connection. And the two things that predict whether or not you're happy or not so happy is how much time you spend with friends and family members and how much time you're just physically around other people.
This trend of health plus social together is a major boom. But the next one is pulling people in the opposite direction. And if you're not careful, it can make health way more stressful and complicated than it needs to be. The new over-tracking and health tech obsession. We're talking obsession with every single health metric, from steps to sleep to calories burned, you name it. I mean, we got tools like Strava and Apple Watch's Oura rings, and here I am with an Apple Watch and an Ultra Human ring. I'm guilty of this too. I'm trying to optimize my health, of course. There's a point where this becomes toxic and detrimental to your health. Let me give you an example, and I think it might make more sense after. So let's say you're tracking your sleep and you wake up feeling rested, but your tracker says you're only at 70% recovery. It says you only got 6.5 hours of sleep. And then suddenly you start doubting yourself. You're like, what? Yeah, I didn't sleep very good. I don't feel any good anymore. In terms of sleep, there is a term for that. It's called ortho-insomnia. When you get so dialed in on your sleep times that you get ortho-insomniac about it. Another form of this is maybe Strava. Maybe you're comparing your times to someone who's been running a long time or is just a really good runner. That might start to make you feel bad. Or even if you're comparing a good day on your times versus a bad day. Sometimes you start running for likes and kudos and you're not doing your slow, easy run. You're actually doing a tempo run, but I've never done that. I mean, just think about the people who are living the longest and the healthiest. The people in the blue zones, they're not tracking their sleep. They're not even stressing about it. They just go to bed when they're tired and they wake up when they wake up. So these are great tools and I still recommend them to everyone, but we just need to be careful about how we interpret the data.
Goal achieved.
So this trend is probably the most delicious trend you could ever think of, and I'm really excited about it. It was a recent purchase of mine. I'd recommend it to basically everybody. The Ninja Creamy.
Creamy time!
So I was a bit reluctant when I saw this all over the place, but as somebody who unfortunately loves ice cream, sue me. Okay, sorry, I love ice cream. Who doesn't, man? Regardless, I'm like, okay, this is an investment. Let's try it out. I can always return it if it doesn't work the way, I want it to. I tried the Ninja Creamy. Oh my God. This is a viral fad that for the first time, I think is actually freaking worth it. It's pretty spendy. It is pretty spendy, but I've been having it pretty often, so it probably makes up for the price of it. What the Ninja Creamy does is it allows you to make these high protein, super simple to make protein ice creams that actually taste good. Like, that's the crazy part. It actually tastes good. I brought it for my coworkers one day. They can all attest to it. They liked it too. It's pretty crazy. So instead of choking down that chicken and rice, easy now, you can instead have a delicious ice cream. And you can put in like some dark chocolate chips. It tastes really good. For me personally, I just make super simple. I just use like Fairlife milk, and then I'll throw in a couple scoops of protein powder. My favorites so far have been putting in like frozen strawberries and then chocolate chips, or I do this mint chip version that is so good. So you can throw in Oreos and stuff. Of course, these add-ins can sometimes add too much calories. We got to be careful, but it's still better than having a tub of ice cream.
Oh yeah, baby.
I'm about to switch it up and do two good ones in a row. Pranked ya. But the next one is Hot Girl Walks. I could see you rolling your eyes through the screen. I could see that. I'm sorry. I know it seems so simple. The power and simplicity of walking is unmatched. Again, it's not, I can't sell you walking. Just taking more walks. We're so sedentary. We sit down on our fat PHAT butts, and this is one of the greatest things we can do. One of the biggest reasons I'm super bullish on walking, apart from the simplicity of it, is how great it is for our mind. For generations, the greatest minds and most successful people in history have used walking to their advantage. From Albert Einstein and Sigmund Freud. It's so great for the creative mind, and it just unlocks different parts of our brains. And Stanford research shows this as well. I believe it's up to like 60% more creative when you go for a midday walk. Fat loss, recovery, cardiovascular health, longevity, your joints, your muscles. I don't need to keep going on about it. It's just such a simple and easy habit. If you could come out with one new habit in 2025 that will actually change your life, it's just walking. The next one is something that we are crossing off the list, and it's fad diets. These are all marketing. They're all trying to sell you something in the end. Don't fall into the hype of these juice cleanses and pills and supplements, new diets to lose a bunch of weight. We know the formula to losing weight. You could tell me right now, I bet you already know what the formula for losing weight is. What am I going to tell you? Eat whole foods, eat a lot of protein, and of course, just making sure that you don't overeat your calories. It's unfortunately so simple. Compliance is a science. Overcomplicating it will get you nowhere. And a lot of these fancy new diets are just yo-yo diets that you see results for like a day and then you go right back. And I've been there. When I was younger, I tried every diet under the sun. I've tried keto and carnivore, low carb. I remember I did like a sweet potato diet. I've tried a lot of different things. At one point in my life, I fasted for 5 days straight. It was a great experience, I will say that, but would I do it again? Probably not. But we know the answer is just a balanced diet, healthy fruits and vegetables, moderation. If you're tempted by a fad diet, ask yourself, can I see myself eating this way for 5 years? If the answer is no, it's probably not the way. These types of diets also create a bad relationship with food. You start looking at things as bad, and everything becomes black and white. Oh, dairy's so bad for you. Oh, meat is so bad for you. All this different thing. No, stick to the formula. The Krabby Patty secret formula. There's a next trend with growing awareness that I really, really love as well, and it's strength training. Lifting weights isn't just for aesthetics, and it's not just for dudes. It's also for everybody. It's finally getting the recognition it deserves as a cornerstone to longevity. We now know that our muscles secrete a bunch of hormones and proteins that dictate a lot about our life. They secrete these myokines, hope molecules that make us feel better and our brain to open up. It helps with insulin and glucose and metabolism. The greatest thing you can do for yourself and your health, build healthy muscle tissue. And the more muscle you have, the more metabolically active your body will be, burning calories. They become engine, and you're going to reduce your risk of pretty much every chronic disease possible. You're going to lower your risk for heart disease and diabetes, cardiovascular incidents. What we see with people who live the longest, a lot of times they weren't actually people who were like lifting weights in a gym, but the work they did each day contained some sort of lifting and movement to actually build their muscles and preserve that muscle instead of losing it over time. Strength training might be the GOAT of wellness trends currently going on, but maybe one of the WOATs would be overpriced wellness gadgets. Maybe we'll call this one the current biohacking world, the biohacking sphere. You know, just a bunch of crap, things we don't need. What I really want you to be aware of is if you're trying to overhaul your health and make good health habit trends, we sometimes get reeled into devices, supplements, things that promise quick and fast results. But in most cases, there's almost zero evidence that these actually do anything. A lot of supplements don't actually do much. There's only a few supplements I ever recommend, and that's vitamin D and magnesium. Apart from that, there's nothing that's super necessary. But if I could inspire anything in you, it's just to focus on proven methods. Walking, strength training, some endurance training, being social, and getting outside. It's because financial health is one of the pillars of health. If we're in a bad financial spot, it puts so much stress on you. It's like somebody has you in a chokehold, and it's all you can think about. It consumes your mind. So getting ourselves, me, you, in a good financial position this year is very, very crucial to our health. It's one of the pillars. So I don't want us to overspend on crap we don't need. This is me talking to myself too here. So before you buy the latest health gadget, let's think about this. Do I really need this? Is there a cheaper way to get the same benefit? And have I dialed in the consistent habits first? Basically, our health is a pyramid, and if we don't have that bottom pyramid, then we shouldn't even move on to the next tier. So the next one, we're getting hot and sweaty. And again, I want to be clear, this is not P. Diddy's house. We're just going to a sauna. So if your gym or your apartment or you know someone who has a sauna that you can use, by all means, get your butt in there. Research from the good old Finnish has shown that the regular sauna users have lower risk of all-cause mortality. They're living longer, they have healthier lives. Peter Attia talks about saunas all the time and their effects on longevity and health. You're gonna get sick less, but get your butt in a sauna and get your sweat on. One of the best trends of 2025 and basically for life. All right, I'm doing another good one. The next one is near and dear to my heart because I myself am doing it this year. Marathon. So this will be my second marathon. My first one was quite a long time ago, but I did like a 3:20 something and it went well. I had fun. Used to be a track athlete. I loved running. Now I'm trying to get myself back into shape and the goal is sub 3, which is a big goal. Sometimes I look at that and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have done that, but we'll see. I need to get my butt into shape. But marathon training is a huge trend right now and I'm really happy about it. Everyone is either getting married or doing a marathon. There's no in between. And yeah, you notice that I have a ring here and not here. Yeah, whatever, bro. Running, endurance training is one of the best things you can do for your brain and your body. Of course, you're building your aerobic fitness with your lungs and your heart, cardiovascular health, but there is a huge physical and mental transformation in marathon training and long distance running. Running long distances is not easy. Marathon training is not going to be easy, but that's the point. It's a grind. It builds this mental toughness. It builds your brain. It literally changes pieces of your brain. The consistency and habit forming mental toughness that marathon training creates carries over to all aspects of your life. You're going to see it trickle down into every area. And that's what I love about it. It also builds new camaraderie and social. And again, run clubs. This can all tie in together. Maybe you're not capable of a marathon. That's fine. Do a 5K. Heck, do a half mile. It doesn't matter. Just start somewhere and just test your limits just a little bit. Just a little bit. And see how the rest of your life will change. The people are saying, I've seen all over the news, that the best trend in 2025 is going to be subscribing to this channel, probably watching either this video or maybe this video because this one's pretty good too. YouTube says you're going to like it. Thanks so much, guys. Love you. Bye.